These are the top 3 best builds of Season 5 in 2K24. These builds are guaranteed to increase your win percent and you're going to have a lot more fun. These builds are also great for all modes, but feel free to use these as a template if you want to change things up. So leave a like if you haven't already and subscribe for more build videos. Let's get into it. Now the first build I'm going to be showing you guys today is primarily a 5v5 build, but like I said in the intro, feel free to use these builds as a template. So if you want to change things up for park, for 1v1, for 2v2, 3v3, any mode, feel free to. But this build right here is primarily for 5v5 setting with a squad in the rec or pro-am. So let's get into it. For the position, go point guard. For the height, go 6'6". The weight, go 192 pounds. You could actually increase this up to like 230, I think, if you want, or 220 if you want. But I just, I don't want to fat my player. Now for the weight, go 192 pounds. You can actually increase this up to like 220 or 226 if you want. If you want to fatter my player, but as a point guard, I want to be looking slim, and I feel like I'm gonna be moving faster at 192 pounds. So 192 for the wingspan, go 6'8". Starting off with the physicals, the speed, we're gonna put the speed all the way up to an 86. Now listen, the reason why we're going with an 86 is to get certain badges like speed booster on gold, hyperdrive on gold, and certain things like that. But you guys are gonna see later on. But gold speed booster and gold hyperdrive aren't going to pick up until we put up the playmaking attribute. But gold speed booster and gold hyperdrive aren't going to show until we upgrade the ball handle and speed with ball. But you do need an 86 speed. Now for the acceleration, is totally up to you guys. I prefer going with an 83 so you can get that gold blow by badge. People recommend going with a 71 acceleration, but I think you should go with an 83 to get that gold blow by badge. For the vertical, we're going to put that up to an 82 because we are going to be going for contact dunks, and that is what you need your vertical rating to be an 82. Now for the stamina, I highly recommend going with a 99. You're the point guard. You want to have the most stamina you can possibly have. But before we continue, let me tell you guys about the sponsor in today's video, Underdog Fantasy, the best way to play fantasy sports. Y'all boys should know by now, pick'em game is my favorite thing about Underdog. It's pretty simple. All you got to do is pick between 2 to 5 players that are going to be playing, and just pick higher or lower on those players' stats. And the crazy thing is, you can win up to 20 times your money in one night. Don't miss out. Now let's go over my picks for the NBA on Thursday night. So my first pick, I'm going with Kevin Durant going higher than 25.5 points. I think he's going to ball out against Dallas. Listen, man, you can't sleep on KD. You cannot. I don't think you can ever go lower on KD. So I'm going higher than 25.5 points. Now for Kyrie, I'm going lower than 6 assists. I think he's going to ball out against Phoenix. And just try to get as many points as he can. Now for Jason Tatum, I'm going to be going higher than 26.5 points. And Underdog is available to many states in the US, so make sure you guys check out this map right here to make sure that you are eligible. So make sure you guys sign up on underdog.com or via the App Store using promo code ColeTheMan. Hey man, or you could even click the first link in the description, and Underdog will double your first deposit up to $100. Don't miss out. And that's Underdog Fantasy, promo code ColeTheMan. Now for your driving layup, I recommend going with a 76. Now a lot of people go with like 74 and 75, but the reason why I go with a 76 is to get that silver acrobat. A lot of people really sleep on silver acrobat, but it's really good because if you get into a bad dunk animation or a bad layup animation, you can double tap square or spam square in the middle of the animation, and you're going to get a really good jelly animation, and silver acrobat is going to help that. Now for the driving dunk, one of my favorite parts about this build, I'm going with a 94. Okay, with a 94 driving dunk, you are going to get the most insane contact dunks. You unlock all of them except one, and you don't really even need that last one. And take a look at the badges we get as well. We get gold posterizer, Hall of Fame slithery, gold precision dunker. If you guys are not using gold precision dunker with a high driving dunk builds, you're missing out, man. It is so OP, and you guys are really going to enjoy it. Now for the standing dunk, go with a 40 because I do believe there's one standing dunk package you get at 40, and I'm telling you, man, that one extra attribute is worth it to put on standing dunk. Now for your 3-point shot, go ahead and put that all the way up to a 92, and you're going to get silver agent 3 with this, and you're also going to unlock silver limitless range, which is very, very, very useful, especially when you have sharp take. You're going to be able to shoot lights out with a 92-3. Take a look at the badges we also get. We get gold blinders, gold deadeye, gold catch and shoot, corner specialist if you're on fast breaks, gold green machine, gold spot finder, Hall of Fame claymore. Regardless, man, with this build, you're going to be shooting lights out. And for the mid-range, we're actually going to lead that at a 77, but don't sleep on the mid-range. You still get midi magician on silver, and you're going to be able to spark with, spin jumpers, front fade pull-ups, side fade pull-ups. It don't matter. 77 mid-range is more than good enough. Now for my free throw, I put that all the way up to a 75 because that's where my leftover attributes were literally left over. But like I said, man, if you're using this build for park, I wouldn't put up your free throw, of course. Maybe put more defense into the build. Since the free throw attribute is so cheap, I might as well go ahead and put it into free throw. Now for my pass accuracy on this build, I went with an 89 pass accuracy for 2 reasons. Now the first reason I went with an 89 pass accuracy is to get gold dimer to help out my teammates. And the second reason is, bro, I just love to pass the ball. And to get the Tyrese Halliburton pass style, you need an 89 pass hack. And boys, I'm telling you, man, the dots on this build is so amazing. With an 89 pass accuracy, I promise it's worth it, especially if you have teammates that can shoot lights out. Now for the ball handle, I would recommend putting that up to a 92. Now, the reason why we go with a 92 ball handle is to mainly just unlock gold unpluckable and to get really good dribble animation. So gold unpluckable, you definitely need that this year because steals are very OP on lockdown builds. So gold unpluckable is needed. Now for the speed with ball, I'm going to go ahead and put that all the way up to an 83. And take a look at the badges we get on gold. We get gold blow by, we get gold speed booster, we get gold hyperdrive. And typically on this build, I like to play a 5-out setting. I don't like to use screens. And badges like speed booster going to make you move faster to the rim. Hyperdrive is going to make you move way faster, and gold blow by is going to help you get past the defender just about every time. So with an 83 speed with ball is going to be worth it. You're going to be able to go crazy ISO on this build. Even if you use screens, I would still recommend going with these attributes because regardless, bro, you're going to be balling out. Now for my perimeter defense, I went with a 58 perimeter to get off ball pest on bronze, and that is going to help a little bit on defense. Like I said, this build is primarily for squatted 5v5 rec or pro-am, team pro-am. I always play left corner on defense and off ball pest on bronze. I'm going to get some contest. I'm going to be able to harass my defender a little bit, but overall I'm running 2-3 zone with my rec team or pro-am team, and this 58 perimeter is going to be more than enough, and we're going to have lockdowns on the floor to take care of defense, so we're going to be fine on this build. Now if you play solo rec, I would definitely switch things up about this build. Like I said, use these builds as a template, change things up. You know, if you're playing solo rec, I would probably drop the pass accuracy a little bit, the driving dunk a little bit, and put up your steal and perimeter defense for sure. This is my brand new 5v5 build. I really enjoy it, so let's go ahead and take a look at the build name. And the build name we get is an inside out playmaker. It's a little different from most people's builds because I feel like most people that go 6'6", their build names are like floor spacing slasher or something, but this build is cool. It's called an inside out playmaker. Let's go ahead and show you guys the second best build in 2K24 of season 5. So this build I'm showing you guys right here is primarily for 1v1 and 2v2 players, but like I said, man, use these builds as a template and change things up. Overall, this build is very fun offensively and defensively. You are going to have so much fun. If you love playing defense in 2K24, this build is definitely the one to go with if you like doing it all. So the position goes small forward, the height goes 6'7", and the weight go 250 pounds. You're going to be able to unlock the burly body type, and your player is going to be huge, okay? Now for the wingspan, go with a 7'3" wingspan. The reason why we're doing that is to get that 88 mid-range for a lot of good shooting badges you guys are going to see. So let's go ahead and continue. Starting off with the physicals, the speed, go ahead and put it all the way up to an 80. Now we're going to go ahead and max out the acceleration at a 74. Now for the strength on this build, unlike the last one, we're going very high. We're going with a 95 strength, and the reason why we're going with a 95 strength is to get that Hall of Fame immovable enforcer, the best defensive badge in 2K24. I don't care what anyone says. It causes so many bump animations on the perimeter, and just in general, anywhere around the paint, mid-range area, you're going to be able to bump your defender and get a lot of stops with that. Now for your vertical, just go with a 60. You don't need anything insane. You're not going to be able to get contact dunks on this build. Just simple dunks and a lot of defense. Now for the stamina, go with the 99. Like I said, I play 1v1 and 2v2 on this build, so you need the most stamina that you can possibly get. Now for the driving layup on this build, I went with an 84. Now the reason I went with an 84 driving layup is to get gold acrobat. I like to do a lot of reverse layups, baseline layups, a lot of baseline dunks, and sometimes, as you guys know, you're not going to get, you know, the right animation you want every single time. Sometimes I like going for baseline dunks, and it doesn't always give me a dunk. So gold acrobat is going to make the green window on the layup huge. Okay, so we're going with an 84 driving layup, and you also unlock a lot of really good layup animations as well. Now for the driving dunk on this build, I went with an 80. The reason I went with an 80 is to get quick drops off one, But listen, you don't get that dunk animation unless you're a starter 3. So if you're not a starter 3, honestly, on this build, I would drop the driving dunk even more. Maybe go with a 75 and just get really basic dunk animations. You can put the leftover attributes into your driving layup or post control or pass accuracy if you want to have more pass ac, if you want to play 2s on this build, maybe even defense, it doesn't matter. But if you're a starter 3, definitely go with an 80 driving dunk so you can get the quick drops off one. Now the post control on this build, I went with an 86. You only need an 85 post control for silver unpluckable, but I had a leftover attribute, so I just put it on post control. But I'm telling you, man, you're gonna be able to go crazy with the post control at an 86. And once I upgrade my mid range, you guys are gonna see some of the badges we get. It's insane on this build. All right, so for the mid range, I recommend going max it out at an 88. And take a look at the badges we get, man. We get silver blinders, we get Deadeye on silver, green machine on gold, space creator gold, guard up, midi magician on gold, and open looks on gold. You're gonna be able to shoot some nut shots on this build from the mid range area and green a lot of them. Now, I know you guys are going to think I'm crazy, but with this build, I leave the 3 ball at a 53. If you're a good shooter, if you know how to time your jumper, you can green with a 53 3 ball, I promise. Okay. Now, if you know you're not the greatest shooter in this game, I would probably put my 3 ball up to like a 75 if you want to change things up. Like I said, use these builds as a template, but I'm going with a 53 3 ball. And with an 88 mid-range shot rating, you're going to get really good badges to help out for the low 3 ball rating. Now, your free throw has to stay at a 63 because you literally you can't drop it because it'll drop your mid-range. So you got to leave your free throw at a 63. Now, for the ball handle, I went ahead and put that all the way up to an 80. Now, the reason I went with an 80 is to get silver handles for days. You're going to be dribbling on this build, so you definitely need handles for days on silver. And speed with ball, I would recommend is going with like a 75 for the Magic Johnson dribble style. I don't know actually what the requirement it is for pro dribble style. Let me know down below in the comments section. But if you're really just looking for some decent dribble animations, you could even lower the speed with ball if you wanted, but I'm rocking with a 75 right now. Now for the interior on this build, I went with an 83 for a lot of different reasons. You get workhorse on silver and you also get post lockdown on silver as well. I had a leftover attribute as well, so that's why I put it on 83. I could have left it at 82, but we just put it up to 83. And with a high interior defense, you're going to get a lot of stops in the paint against post scorers, guards, it don't matter. I'm telling you, man, this build right here is a do-it-all build. You're going to have a lot of fun. But yeah, let's go ahead and get into the perimeter. Now for the perimeter on this build, I wanted to be an absolute menace, so I went with a 94 perimeter to unlock Hall of Fame challenger. So if you're playing against those little guards that like the zigzag, if you want to get stops, I'm telling you, man, Hall of Fame challenger, it'll put crazy contest on them, and you're going to be able to get a lot of consistent stops from 3 with Hall of Fame challenger. Now for the steal, I highly recommend is going with an 85. You get silver glove and it's just as good as gold glove. I get a lot of stops on this build, a lot of steals, a lot of RNG steals, a lot of bump steals. 85 steal rating is definitely the way to go with this build. For the block, I went ahead and put it up to a 79. I definitely recommend putting it up to a 79 to get that bronze pogo stick. Take a look at the other badges we get as well. We get anchor on bronze, and we also get chase down artist on bronze as well. Like I said, on this build, I play 1s and 2s, and I think a high block is definitely needed if you want to get a lot of stops in the paint. Now for the defensive rebound, I went up to 60 to get bronze rebound chaser. But this is the build right here, ladies and gentlemen. It's a lot of fun. Like I said, man, if you are a defensive player, you love defense, go with this one, man. You're going to be able to get a lot of dunks on this build. You're going to be able to shoot, I promise, man. Find out your jumper, shoot a lot of mid-range shots, and you can green with a 53 3 ball. In the playmaking, you're going to be able to dribble just as fast, just as fine. In defense, you are going to be able to be a menace with the 95 strength as well. Hall of Fame immovable enforcer. Let's go ahead and see what the build name is. And this build name is a two-way inside the arc score. Let me know down below in the comments section, man, some things you would change about this build to make it even better. Let's go ahead and show my big man some love and show you guys how to make the best big man build. Let's get it. All right, so for this center build, I'm going to be showing you guys is primarily for 5v5 setting like rec and pro-am. I wouldn't take this to the park because you're going to be extremely slow and not really be able to keep up with the other offensive players. But for this build, I went with a center. I went 7'1", 249 pounds, and I maxed the wingspan out at a 7'11" wingspan. Now I'm going to show you guys two different versions you can make of this build, an inside version and a popper version of this build. Now for the standing dunk, I went with a 96 to get Hall of Fame precision dunker for some really good contact dunks. And for the driving dunk, we went with a 73 to get the Dwight Howard driving dunk package, and you also get bronze posterizer as well with a 73 driving dunk. Now the shooting on this build is pretty horrendous because you are an inside center, okay? On this build, there's not going to be any shooting. Get your free throw at a 70, so you'll be able to knock down those free throws. And for the pass accuracy, we're going with a 92 pass ac. Honestly, I think really any center build should have a 92. The lowest I would go is an 86 for gold break starter. But Hall of Fame break starter is really OP, and I would definitely recommend going with it. Now for the interior defense, you're going with a 74. Trust me, man, you're going to be able to get a lot of consistent stops with a 74 interior. Perimeter, going with a 58 to get that off-ball pest on bronze. Still, it's going to be a 60 to get bronze interceptor. And for the block, we're going with an 87. It's really going to make up for the 74 interior. I get a lot of consistent blocks on this build, and it's a lot of fun. But the best thing about this build is the 99 offensive rebound rating. You get Hall of Fame rebound chaser, and you are going to get unbelievable rebound animations, snag animations. You're gonna be able to go crazy on this build. Now for the defensive rebound rating, we went with an 84, and these are all the physical attributes if you guys want to go with these as well. I went with a 90 strength rating to get gold and movable enforcer. It's very nice. I went with a 96 stamina, but overall this build is very good for any inside centers. Now I'm going to show you guys the popper version of this build. Now for the popper version of this build, bring your close shot all the way down to a 57, and that's going to bring your standing dunk down to a 92. You're still going to get precision dunker on gold, rise up on gold, fast twitch on gold. I'm telling you, you're still going to be able to be dominant with a 92 standing dunk. And then for your offensive rebound, bring that down to a 92 instead of a 99. And then for your mid-range, bring that all the way up to a 76, and you're going to get badges like silver green machine. Now for your three-point shot, bring it up to a 74. Take a look at the badges we get, man. Catch and shoot on silver, Claymore silver, corner specialist on silver. To be able to be 7-1 and shoot from deep, you're going to be able to be a threat on all ends of the floor. And now since we have some leftover attributes, you can put it up in defense. Now for the interior, I put this all the way up to an 82 to get post lockdown on silver. And we also get workhorse on gold with an 82 interior as well. And for the defensive rebound, you can put that all the way up to a 91 to help you out on defense and get some better board animations on defense. And for the stamina rating, I put that out on 97. And for your vertical, you can put that up to a 77 as well. And we had some leftover attribute rating, so we just put that all the way on free throw up to a 77, and we got the build to a 99 overall. This is like the popper version of the 7-1. Let me know down below in the comment section, man. Do you like the popper version of this build or the full pure inside? Let me know down below in the comment section, and let's see what this build name is. This build name is a break starter. I think it's pretty cool to be a center with that build name. Let me know down below in the comment section what you guys think about all of these builds. Like I said, man, feel free to use these as templates. Leave a like and subscribe for more build videos, and I'm going to see you guys in the next one. I'm out. Peace.